Hi, my name is Rob Sullivan. I'm the owner of HomeSure Insurance Advisors. I want to do a quick little video to kind of tell folks who I am and why did I start this business and why do I think my experience and my credentials make me the right candidate to do this. So I'll start back in 1989. I started my first business. I've been a business owner over 30 years. So that's if you look behind me, you'll see some things I've accomplished over the years. I mean, again, I had a audio video company. I designed custom home theaters and sound systems way before you could just connect to Wi-Fi or hit connect and there's Bluetooth. It was some real work, but I enjoyed it. I had the opportunity to work with a lot of great people. I actually got my start. I was working with a company who was doing work for L.A. Reid and Babyface, and that company began to not do my guys like they should be. And I went to them and actually took over the project, and they gave me the money to start my first business. So, give you an idea, when you start like that, you're only going up. So, again, I've had a great career in that business. Somebody told me once that used to bees don't make no more honey. So that I stopped that business in about 2012, and I got into the insurance business. Became an insurance professional as an adjuster. I am now a licensed insurance agent, but I'm not practicing. I really basically took the test just to learn more about coverage. And I've taken every certification there is to have almost in our industry. On our website is a list of like storms I've worked and also certifications that I've had. But let me just talk to you about what HomeSure is about. HomeSure, and the reason it came about is while I was working with insurers, invariably I would go to somebody's house and they try to tell me what their policy ought to be, what they think it should be, and all this. I'm like, look, I'm gonna tell you what it is because this is a contract. Your policy is a contract. And then, sure enough, people would get around and people say, well, y'all gave me this deductible. And I'm like, nah, deductible is something you have say so there. You have say so on your policy coverages. And that's what HomeSure is about, is allowing me to use my vast experience. I'm not saying I know it all, but when I get your policy, if I don't know something, I'm going to look it up. I mean, I'm going to review it, and you're going to get a detailed, almost like a Cliff Note version of your policy that's going to tell you by coverage what you have and our recommendation. That's what, I'm not saying you have to do it, but I have a client, we did a policy review for her, and we found a coverage she was paying $1,954 a year for, that when I explained it to her, she decided to cancel that coverage. Now, another thing we did, I asked her, I said, hey, you're used to paying this. How about if you open up a savings account and call it a deductible savings account? That way, if you ever have a total loss, you've got this kitty sitting to the side that you've got the money in it to pay that deductible, because our hurricane deductible was 3%. That's roughly going to be about 4 or 5 grand. Hey, but in 2 years, by not having that one coverage, she's got the money set aside. Those are the kind of the smart uses of money. We want to educate people about. Another thing is, on your personal property, there's something called special limits. If you have artwork, home theater, jewelry, each one of those things, even though you might have hundreds of thousands of dollars of personal property coverage, but those items have something called a special limit, meaning that, like on cash, most policies will pay a maximum of $500 to $1,500 depending on the policy. So you could have $5,000. Say you own a corner store or whatever. You bring cash home every night between 7 and 10 grand. If that money gets stolen, burned down, or whatever, most you're gonna get is $500 to $1,500, unless you put a rider on that. And that's what we try to do, is uncover those types of things. Same with jewelry. Most policies max out per claim is $1,500. If you got a nice watch and a wedding ring and a couple other things, you've exceeded that already. Again, for a small amount of premium per per month, or however you pay your premium, you can have coverage. And we just want, if nothing else, you should know what your liability is, know what you have, and make sure you have enough coverage on your home. So again, we're HomeSure Insurance Advisors. Again, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about who I am. Again, I look at this as a ministry because again, I could be out there writing claims and managing claim offices. I decided to start HomeSure to almost get on the other side of the table with my insurers where I could really help you be proactive, not reactive. Because, I mean, if we keep your policy just like it is and you suffer a loss, you are bound by the coverage you have. Right now, if we were to review your policy and we find some things, we can make those adjustments. And then now you're better covered. And plus, you're going to understand your policy. That's the thing is most people don't understand their policy. I hate to tell, people get a little fresh with me. I tell them, look, telling me you don't understand is the answer a third grader gives, not a homeowner. This policy is protecting the largest thing most people own. It's the legacy you possibly want to leave your family, your kids, and we just want to protect it properly. You can't tell me right now $100 to understand your policy is too much. The price is normally going to be $250. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep it at 100, but right now I'm pumping them out at 100. I mean, but we'll cross that bridge. So I would jump on this right now. Even at 250, it's going to be a value because again, what I do is I'll do a policy review, which you'll keep, but then we're going to jump on a Zoom call. You get the scheduler. It's going to be about 30 minutes, and I'm going to go over the things I saw, make recommendations, answer your questions. Again, I'm also going to have another service where if you've suffered a loss, you want to talk to somebody that's on your side. I mean, again, I'm gonna give you the advice I would give my mother. So that's HomeSure again. Also, go to our website because again, there's going to be tips on how to do certain things like how to inventory your home, how to take the correct pictures. You got to understand if you suffer a loss, your policy states it's the insured's responsibility to prove your loss. If your house is burned down and you don't have any pictures of it, how are you going to prove it? So you gotta take pictures of your home. A day where you cut the grass and the yard is looking really good. That's a great day to go out and start taking pictures of the front, right, rear, left. Take shots of the roof, your shed, your fence. Show what it looks like. Show the great condition it looks like it's in. Then go inside of every room. Take pictures. Then take pictures of your clothes, your furniture, your electronics, your jacuzzi, everything you own. Put it in the cloud is where I'd rather you do it, not leave it on your phone because if that phone is in the fire or is lost, you want to put it somewhere where you can get it at a time of need. I remember we had Hurricane Harvey, and I was visiting people at shelters to talk to them about their coverage, and very few people had the right pictures that allowed me to pay them what they really owe. So again, I don't want to get too emotional, right? Because again, I love this. I mean, I'm helping people. This is a ministry to me. God has blessed me with the ability to explain insurance. Back to that third grade level, I tell people I read on the third grade level, so I can explain this insurance to you on a third grade level, or we can go deep. I have the highest certification in insurance called insurance industry professional. We can go there if you want to on policy, but I like to keep it simple. I mean, because again, this doesn't have to be hard. You don't need a PhD in insurance to understand this, especially if you get with me. So again, we're at HomeSure Insurance Advisors. Our website is www.hsi-advisors.com. Let's ride together. I want to get your home protected right, not guessing. Thank you.